Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Lightroom Show. My name is RC.
I'm Scott Kelby. We got a whole bunch of tips. Of course, it's a very exciting time. We got Lightroom CC out. Big stuff. And so RC's got one for you that works for no matter what version of Lightroom you have, but he does have a little CC goodness on the back end.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Now here, inside of Lightroom, you have complete control of what you see when you're working with your thumbnail. By and large, you'll have some sort of view style that'll look like this, right? So now you just see the thumbnails, but sometimes when you need kind of like more information at a very quick glance, you would see the extras. You can go into view, go to view style and show extras. That shows you information at the top and these sections down here at the bottom called badges. If you click on view style, you can show the badges. You'll see that if you switch this to compact cells, gets rid of the information at the top, but still keeps your badges. So it all largely depends on how much information you want to see at that moment in time, but you can drill down even further with most of this stuff. Inside of here, if you go to your view options, you have the ability to show what is the grid showing, right? Compact or expanded cells. What do you want it to do when you're going onto that? And then what kind of pieces of information you want to configure for here.
And did you guys notice when he went from compact to expanded, how the actual size of the thumbnails changed to accommodate more information?
Right, so they get a little bit bigger. Now we have more of this stuff, and all of this stuff is all dependent on what we have in this one section here. So compact and extended, see the header? If you uncheck that, that's gone. And all of this information is what you're getting right from this area. So you have a great way to be able to customize all of that stuff very quickly. Now, once you double click on one of these, you move into loop view. Watch what happens when I switch there. Now you're in loop view. And here you still have information that you can display from here. New inside of Lightroom CC is this option here, camera plus lens plus camera plus lens plus setting. Before you would just see, all right, well, you shot this with one specific camera.
Right.
But if you were to click down here, sometimes you want to know, well, what camera and lens combination did I do? Camera plus lens is going to give you camera plus the lens. Sometimes you want to know even more information, camera plus lens setting. Now you know this was shot with a camera, this was shot at 7200, this was shot at 130 millimeters. So the good part about this is that all of that information is available to you. And what you can do is you can customize that to fit your specific workflow.
Right, but just that last stuff where you add camera plus settings plus all that, that's new in Lightroom CC, or if you have Lightroom 6, same thing.
And if you want to change that info overlay and you want to be able to get rid of it, all you have to do is just do a Command-I, and that information just shuts off.
That's a very important shortcut because I have a lot of people, that's one of the first things they ask is, how do I get that text off my photo?
Yep, Command-I, info. Think of it as info. Just Command-I, bring it right off.
Do you happen to have, while we're talking about thumbnails, a bonus tip?
I do. So you're looking at your thumbnails right here. If you wanted to be able to increase or decrease those shortcuts, rather than sliding from here, just hit plus or minus, and that lets you in and out of all of these.
Increases the size, decreases.
Pretty straightforward.
In one. All right. So I want to show you something that they've changed. I would say that they fixed, but it really depends on how you look at this. But I want you to be aware of it because I think it does speed your workflow, and it is different. So if you move to Lightroom CC or Lightroom 6, which at this point are the same thing, want to make sure that you understand the difference. When you were in Lightroom 5, and I would actually show you this, but I've already deleted Lightroom 5 off my computer. When you're in Lightroom 5 and you go to create a collection set, so let me just show you on screen here, you would go to collections and you'd go and choose new collection set, right? It brings up this window, you'd give it a name. When you clicked create, it would just take you to it would create a new collection set, but you'd be at a gray screen. All your pictures would be gone. You were just in an empty gray world. You would have to know the secret handshake to get back to wherever you were, which was to make the film strip available and then click the back button, and that sometimes would take you, depending on what you're doing last, to where you were. So this is something they streamlined and fixed now in Lightroom CC. Now when you create a collection set, it leaves you right where you were. It doesn't take you to a gray, crazy screen. It doesn't make you try to find your way back. It leaves you right where you were and just creates a collection set. Take a look on screen. We'll call this new set. We click create, and this would normally take you to gray, but look, boom, leaves you where you are, and your new set is right there inside of the collections pane. You can see it right there under new set. So that's a change. I think it's a big improvement.
Absolutely.
Because I never had a situation where I wanted to go look at a gray empty screen. I'm working on something, I create a new collection set, why would I want to go to a gray screen?
Well, it also looks like it penalizes you. If you're like a new user to this.
Yeah, you're like, uh-oh, where'd my pictures go?
I must have done something wrong.
Right.
So I think that that's one of those little things, but a good thing.
Hats off to the Adobe team for doing that. Now, RC talked about something the other day when we did our live webcast for the launch of CC. There were some people when CC was released that were struggling with install issues. We know that people are still installing it to this day. So if you ran into some install issues, RC is a great, very, very simple tip. He has a tick. He certainly has a tick.
Ow.
But this is a tip that will probably fix your problem. It fixed my problem. It fixed most people's problem. So here it is.
Right. One of the easiest things to do here, there's a couple of things, but the biggest problem that people were having is during the install screen, it would come up and then it would turn off. Right. It would just pop up and then pop back off. All you have to do here is just go over to the Creative Cloud section. In that area, select Preferences. Then once you do that, you'll see right there, there's your email address. Go ahead and sign out.
Yeah, you got to log out from there.
Sign out from here. Now, once you sign out from there, then you can go ahead and sign back in. Signing back in would also, let me see, I'm just going to type in my email address here.
By the way, his password is
Foxtrot Bravo 37. You guys can have that. But now, so once you're inside of here, then you can go back in and reinstall it, or you can go ahead and relaunch it and you would be fine. While we're here though, let me just kind of point out a couple of other things. People were talking about uninstall and how to be able to uninstall, and what they would do is they would go to the directory, drag a folder. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That will cause a huge problem. If you see a piece of software that you want to uninstall from here, your easiest thing for you to do is just to go to the individual section right here. You see that there's a little sprocket right there. Click on this arrow to the right of the sprocket, and it says Manage Application, and then click on Uninstall. That's going to run the uninstaller that sits on your computer, and it's also going to let know the Creative Cloud desktop that stuff has been pulled off.
It'll be nice and clean.
Two things to keep in mind for a great installation.
There you go. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got some tips on Lightroom Mobile. We're going to answer some of our readers' questions. Got a whole lot more right here on the Lightroom Show. Don't go away.
This is a talk show.
You needed that.
Once you get there, just work the hell out of it. Can I say that on this?
Photographers don't like anything confrontational.
But that's me as an artist. I'm going to try to add my own twist.
This bad to the bone chip in here makes everything smaller.
If you're thinking, I don't want to screw up, you're going to screw up.
Look at Brad's beard.
Power comes from the beard.
Hey everybody, we are back. Scott Kelby here with RC Concepcion.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, so coming up this August, a very, very big event for Lightroom users. It's called Photoshop World. And even though it's called Photoshop World, we have Lightroom training all day, every day, taught by myself,
right?
RC,
me,
and some of the best Lightroom trainers in the world.
In the world. So you learn a lot about how to be able to use Lightroom if you're just starting, how to be able to master Lightroom if you're already in it, and tons of inspiration, photography techniques, post-processing, you name it, it's
if you're
there.
into Lightroom, you will have a ball. Go to photoshopworld.com, sign up now and save $100. It's in Las Vegas. I think it's the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
That's right.
You can come in a day early and get some extra optional, like in-depth workshops and stuff. But 11th, 12th, 13th, it's the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Come join us. You will learn more in 3 days about Lightroom than you have in 3 years. You're going to super dig it. So I hope you'll join us there, because RC and I will be there. We'd love to meet you in person.
Yep. Now, hey, you had a question. You were doing a little viewer mail. You were going to talk a little bit.
Okay, so when we post a show on lightroomkillertips.com and you guys say, could you guys cover this? Could you guys cover that? The answer is yes, we can. All right. So it was. I'm reading here. Christopher McCauley asked. He uses an EyeFi card to shoot tethered from his camera into his iPad.
Right.
So his question is, how can I sync the images that came from wirelessly from my EyeFi card? So an EyeFi card actually is an SD card that's wireless. So he shoots a shot on his camera. It goes into his iPad. How does he get those images into Lightroom Mobile? And that's the question RC is going to answer.
Well, I'm thinking that probably the easiest way to do that is he's going to be using the mobile app, right? So let's go ahead and we'll move over there. So inside of here, once you're in it, I would just go over here and make a collection, right? Once you have that, you'll see that you have an option there that says Add from Camera Roll. You click on that, you would find the pictures that you want. So let's just say that this is one of the pictures that I got from the take that I was doing.
Yeah, let's say that those came from the EyeFi card.
Right, so that's the one that we want from the EyeFi card. I'm gonna click on the checkbox. It's automatically gonna put it inside of here. And then once that happens, you can go ahead and you can do that. And be like, oh no, I got it. Now that information is gonna sync. Now when you go back over into your Lightroom side, so now inside of here, you'll see that I have a collection that came in, a collection set from Lightroom Mobile. There's the date, and right here is the picture that I picked up from there.
There you go.
So it's pretty easy. They've done a very good job about using Lightroom and bringing all of that information over.
Yeah, they have. So that's an easy way to get it from your tablet over to Lightroom Mobile. Everything's synced. Hey, RC?
Yes, sir.
While you're so busy today, how about an awesome keyboard shortcut that's brand new in CC for the lens correction panel?
So if you're inside of a picture and you're in the lens correction section and you want to switch between all of these different lens corrections that you have, auto, level, vertical, or full, just hold down the control key, the actual control key, the option in the tab, and you'll notice that you can quickly cycle through all of the different types of lens corrections. I think it just offers a quick way for us to get through it without necessarily having to press extra buttons. I'm a big keyboard shortcut fan. So
I love shortcuts.
it's a good thing. But anyway, so a little bit of photography inspiration. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. I want you to go to 500px/Florent Criquet. If you just put his name in, all one word, lowercase, you're going to be rewarded with some beautiful black and white and color photography. Absolutely love what he does.
He's got some nice stuff.
Yeah, he's really, really good. We would love to leave you with a little bit of inspiration every show, and Florent is going to be the person to do that this week.
All right. Hey, just a quick shout out to Kelby One members. There's going to be something new in your Photoshop User magazine, and that is a new magazine called Lightroom Magazine. So we had produced last year a Lightroom magazine that was all digital, and now it's made the jump to print. So if you're in the US and you get the print magazine, the print version of Photoshop User, you will see that Lightroom Magazine, which is a magazine within a magazine, is inside there. We've greatly expanded our Lightroom coverage. You'll know when you get to the Lightroom Magazine part because it's got its own cover and everything. So it's a magazine within a magazine. And then of course, if you are one of our international subscribers, you'll get our digital version, because whether you're in the US, you can choose digital or print.
Right.
If you're anywhere in the world, you can get the international version. And of course, if you're here in the US, it's also on newsstands.
That's right.
So even if you're not a subscriber, you can still go to your local newsstand and buy the magazine, but that gets expensive quick because it's $10 an issue. And we do 10 issues a year. So for those of you who are not Kelby One members, do you know what we do? We send you over 1,000 pages of Lightroom training in that magazine every year.
Wow.
Every issue is well over 100 pages, so you get over 1,000 pages. So I hope you'll check that out. Thanks everybody for watching the Lightroom show. All our Kelby One members, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you guys next time right here on the Lightroom show.
Take care.